my kids all come first, whether it be my girls or Jeff. It doesn't matter. I don't treat him any differently than I do my own kids. And everybody says, well, he's almost 22 years old. You know, it's time for you just to give up and throw in the towel. Jeff isn't your average 21-year-old. It has torn everything completely apart. Not having him there.
Chris is a really good kid, and straight A student, never stayed after school, didn't do drugs, didn't drink. 3 days before the incident that occurred, he went to his first dance. Very innocent kid. Had never been to a dance even before. Went to a dance, said that was the happiest day of his life. That was on Friday. And on Sunday, he killed his mom.
So my son, Kevin, who is now 21 years old, he started running away when he was actually 9 years old. He just started disappearing. He unfortunately was running to a bad part of town. He was nabbed by drug dealers who wanted someone to sell marijuana for them, and he owed them money. He owed them $70. They threatened to blow his head off, and told him that they were going to drive him up to a Little Caesars pizza store, and that he had to go in and rob the store. So they gave him a mask and a toy gun, and he went inside the pizza store, but he was really afraid and he ran out. He didn't take any money. Of course, they drove off and he was the one that was caught.
He had a criminal sexual conduct charge. I take blame for what happened. I didn't make the choice for Jeff to screw up. I didn't make him do what he did. I don't know why he did what he did, but I take blame for it. If I would have just put my foot down and not let him put himself in that situation, he wouldn't be where he's at today. And he's been gone since January 6th of 2007.
Those were real dark days, and I actually don't remember most of those days sequentially. I can remember the events, but I still, even 8 years later, don't remember them sequentially. And the impact, on the family was horrible, beyond horrible, because I was still somewhat close to his mom's family. And it basically blew that family apart, blew my family apart. My wife left 2 weeks after that. She said she just couldn't take all the pressure of all this stuff. It was on the news, couldn't turn on the radio, the television, anything. Couldn't look at the newspaper because every day it was in the headlines. And it was hard. It was hard for the kids. Hard on my parents. Sent a lot of people. It blew apart a lot of families. It was like somebody had dropped a bomb on a family.
I really worried about Nick at the time when Kevin's crime happened, because he was in a current events class. But the teacher, for the current events class, the teacher, that's what they talked about, was this armed robbery, or it was what they called an armed robbery. I mean, in the end it was assault with attempt to rob was the charge.
But he didn't even put two and two together, that they had the same last name, and that was his brother. And so he sat through this class with the conversation being about his own brother.
What bothers me the most isn't what I'm doing, it's what if something happens to me, I wouldn't be able to do. That's the part that haunts me. It haunts me.
And I put in anything and everything I had to make sure that, I know he's gone, but to make sure that he had anything and everything that he needed. Yeah, he's got a roof over his head and 3 meals a day, but in an 8x8 cell with absolutely nothing, I'd lose my mind. It sucks that I go from having it all to pretty much having nothing. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy, I can tell you that.